Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Hello, world. Welcome to C1 Corp, the Nickanacka Market and Grocery Store, and the many other businesses that falls under the umbrella of C1 Corp LLC. Greetings, greetings, greetings to all. Um, I want to come on this morning and I want to encourage some folks. It doesn't matter how you start, but it does matter how you finish. It doesn't matter how you start, but it does matter how you finish. Um, Religion have done some good things in the lives of some people, and religion have done some terrible things in the lives of some people, especially black people. Because there's a lot of people right now being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And at times we in a society where they think all you got to do is name it and claim it, excuse me, and say God gonna fix it, and I'm waiting on the Lord, or if God wanted me to have it, I would have it, and you know, and a lot of time, and people spend a lot of time in church. I mean, you spend more time in church than you spend taking care of business or your businesses. In fact, folks will at times take time off and to spend time in church. Where are you going to get paid from? Are you going to get paid from being in church, or are you going to get paid from being at work or on your job? So a lot of ministers don't have a problem with people coming to church, because especially if you're a tither. One like me, every time I entered those church doors, I had, if it was tithes, I had tithes and I had offerings. So every time I entered a church door, I had money, and I'm putting something in the offering pan. So at times, some of these ministers have not been the under shepherd that God was requiring them to. They didn't normally have the best interests of their members. Some churches you go to, man, the ministers looking good, their family looking good, and the congregation looking like, I don't even know what to call it. I mean, they wasn't looking right. You know what I'm saying? Because everything they have, they give it to the church and the minister and the ministry. And the teaching from the ministries, they more concerned about the spiritual aspect than actually in the entirety of the whole man. You don't just need to feed your spiritual man, you also need to take care of your physical man. That means you need to be able to pay your bills when they're due. You need to be able to take care of your family, and you need to be whatever is expected of you to take care of it. The Bible say, render to Caesar the things that is Caesar, and give to God the things that are God. You know what I'm saying? So if you be so unbalanced, where your life is so unbalanced, you need balance in your life. You need to attend whichever ministry that you fellowship in, attend that. And you also need to take care of your business. You know what I'm saying? And you don't put no minister, I don't care who the minister is, before, first of all, before God, and second of all, before your household. You know what I mean? And people just have things out of order. I mean, they got God, and then they have the minister over their spouse, over the children, and their business, and everything else. You know what I mean? Everything is the bishop, everything is the minister, everything is this, and this. That God never intended you to operate like that. In fact, the operation supposed to be the minister. I mean, the Christ, God, the Trinity, and the whole 9 yards. Then your spouse, then the kids, and then everything falls in line. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, there's so many things that is out of order. You know what I'm saying? And things is just unbalanced. It's just chaotic. You know what I'm saying? You have to prioritize. If you don't prioritize, things will be out of order. It would be out of order. You have to take care of first things first. You know what I'm saying? And for the church really need to, there's nothing wrong with using common sense. You know what I'm saying? And church folks have gotten so heavily minded till they know earthly good. Church folks, some church folks thinks God gonna fix everything. God gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? God has already given you everything that you would ever need, and God wants to know and see what you're gonna do, what He already given to you. If you can be faithful with the little, you're going to be faithful with much. If you can't be faithful with a little, you're not going to be faithful with much. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they have whatever they had, and they had an opportunity to be faithful. They wasn't faithful. And they talking about, if I had a little more, I would do a little more. You're not even being faithful with the little that you have, and you think God is going to trust you with much. You know what I'm saying? And when we go around asking God for a harvest, or we asking God to bless us, God is asking us, what you doing with what I have already given you? And what God has already given you, when you work that thing, and that thing will continue to increase. And that thing will continue to increase. And that's how you get your harvest. You get your harvest by working what God has already given you. You know what I'm saying? And we can't be so, because I used to be that way too. I used to give so much to churches and ministries and all 9 yards. If the minister needed something, man, I was taking care of everything. They didn't have to ask too much. I'm taking care of it. I took care of ministers and ministries more than I took care of my own house. You know what I'm saying? You ask me if I'll do that now. No, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not unapologetic saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to be better stewards over what God has given them. You know what I'm saying? And you need order. Start putting these ministers and ministries over your family. You know what I'm saying? God is priority number one. God. I ain't say no minister, and I don't say no ministry. I don't care what the ministry or who the ministry is. You understand? You have God first, and then you have your family. You take care of your family. You make sure, you know what I'm saying, you do the things that is needed in your position, whether as the husband, whether as the wife, whether as the children, whether as whatever your title is, make sure be on top of it. You know what I'm saying? And make the best and the most out of every opportunity that God has given you. You know what I'm saying? You are required to obey God. You are required to follow Christ. You are required, to allow God to lead you by His word. You know what I'm saying? So don't let nobody put a guilt trip on you. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Some of these ministries that is out there, they should be shut down. Because, they causing more confusion than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Some of these ministry, the doctrine that they teach in is not sound doctrine. You know what I'm saying? And some of these people, they want to be served. They ain't want to serve. If you go into ministry for the wrong reason, man, first of all, you got to love people. And you got to be willing to serve. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be willing to treat people the way you would like to be treated. You know what I'm saying? You got to deny yourself. You got to pick up your cross, and you got to follow Christ. You got to have a love for people, man. It cannot be about you. You know what I mean? As a shepherd, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be you gotta be the shepherd, shepherding the sheep. And God, because sheep is one of the dumbest animals there is. So God trying to get you from being a sheep, which is one of the dumbest animals there is, and be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever responsibility you might have, you know, take care of your responsibility. Take care of your family. Take care of your business. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be young forever. You're not going to always have the youth that you have. And don't just live life like there's no tomorrow. Everything you got, you spend. Everything you got, you run through. You got to start thinking about you know, the future of your children and your grandchildren. You got to make provision when you leave an inheritance. You got to put yourself in a position that as you get older, you wouldn't be a menace to society because you can't even take care of your bills, or if someone were to die, you know, you don't have no insurance. You can't even take care of your family. You know, you don't have no reserves in the bank. If an event would happen, you know, you can't do nothing. You depleted because you're not being a wise steward. You know, everything you got, you spending it. And you spending it on things that is depreciating in value. You know what I mean? Wear the clothes, wear the cars, wear the jewelry and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't always have money, but I have access to money because I have goods and I have services. I mean, some folks broke and they don't even have no reason to be broke. And the reason why they broke is because they're not being good steward. They spend like there is no tomorrow. And you got to start making better choices and decisions and start making bad choices. And when you make bad choices, and the ones who have been faithful and diligent and taking care of business, because you wasn't taking care of your business, now you want to lean on them. And if they tell you no, you upset. They should tell you no. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, you got to be a better steward. But like I said before, you know, we got to get that knowledge, man, because the Bible said my people are being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And there ain't no pie in the sky. There ain't no name it and claim it. There ain't no one coming to the rescue. Everything that you would ever need, God already gave it to you. And God is looking to you is what are you going to do with what I have given you? You know what I'm saying? And when you work what God has given you, that's how you get your increase. That's how you get your overflow. That's how you get your blessing. The Bible says as long as the earth remains, there is seed, there is time, and there's harvest. And once you practice the principles, man, the principles will work for you. You will see the end results. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter your nationality. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter which country you're from. Man, if you practice those principles that God has preordained to happen, you know, with the seed, you put a seed in the ground, you get a harvest. And when you continue to work that thing, you will be amazed of the harvest and the increase that will come upon your life. You know what I'm saying? So be a wise steward, man. You know what I'm saying? Think about the future. Think about the future of your children and your grandchildren. Think about more to life than just, you know, life just a party. You know what I'm saying? You got kids, you got to leave an inheritance, man. You know, do like the Bible say, a good man will leave an inheritance for his children's children. That's what the Bible talk about, man. We got to leave an inheritance. We got to make sure our children is in a better position than we were. You know what I'm saying? So we the best thing that we can do for our kids is teach them about God. The Bible says, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they should not depart from it. So the best thing you can do for your kids is to lead them to Christ. And the best way you can lead them to Christ is they see your life living. And it's your life living, and when they see you live the way you living in your relationship with God, man, it would be easy for your kids to to follow Christ the way you follow Christ. I love you guys. Stay blessed, Ron.